Howdy, fellow digital scrapbookers. Tiffany Tillman here with the next edition of Q&A Wednesday, a weekly feature here at SimplyTiffanyStudios.com dedicated to answering your digital scrapbooking questions. My first question for the new year was sent in by Anne, and Anne shares, Dear Tiffany, I'm fairly new to digital scrapbooking and I'm becoming comfortable with putting pages together. I mix a lot of solid color papers with easy patterns, ones that aren't too dramatic. But I'm attracted to those bold and big patterns too. My problem is I don't know how to use them. They don't play nice with my photos or other elements, and really the pattern always takes over. I noticed that you use papers by Basic Gray, and their patterns are as bold as they get. Tiffany, what's your solution? How do you work strong paper patterns into your pages? Anne, you shared a question I know many scrapbookers have asked themselves as well. Shoot, even I have struggled using strong patterns, and I was privileged enough to be on the Basic Gray digital team. So as bold, bright, and beautiful as patterns might be, strong patterns can easily steal the spotlight away from photos and text, the most important aspect of our pages. You want to use them, but you don't want the pattern to be the star of the show. I totally get it. And unless you're on a creative team where the entire purpose of the page is to show off the design, really, you don't want the pattern stealing the spotlight. The pattern should support the photos and text. So, what's a scrapper like Anne to do? Today, I'll share how I work strong paper patterns into my layouts. Here we go. The one characteristic that separates the average pattern paper from a strong pattern is the visual weight. Strong patterns dominate because they're busy. They appear heavier in comparison to other papers. Therefore, we must balance the paper and all that visual weight with their opposite. What's the opposite? White space. I knew you guessed it. Purposeful visual spots of rest where your eyes can relax and breathe. So balance a large strip of strong patterns with a solid color background. Or use a strong pattern in a background and pair it with like black and white photos. These are scrap solutions that distribute the visual weight and balance busy with rest. One of my favorite methods for balancing strong patterns is to use the busy pattern as a large embellishment and position my objects around the paper strategically. See, what I do is I find myself studying the pattern, I really do this, and looking for those pauses or rests within the paper where I can easily position my photos and text. And the standout colors and visual texture keep me from having to add a ton of other embellishments. So the paper is indeed busy, but the actual layout feels relaxed. And my final suggestion is to create a separation between your strong pattern and your most important pieces. For example, mat your photos with a solid color so the photos pop out from the paper. This one trick alone can save your photos from getting lost in the design. So to recap, balance busy paper and all that visual weight with the opposite, white space. Another way to balance a strong pattern is to use it as a large embellishment and then go easy on your embellishments. Don't use a lot. And then finally, always create some type of separation from your text and your photos to your strong busy paper. And that's it. My A to Anne's Q. Now, do you know a digital scrapbooker who could benefit from a suggestion or two about patterns? Well, good. Share this vid with them. Let them know. They'll love you for it. And if you have a question that you'd like answered on Simply Tiffany's Q&A Wednesday, go to SimplyTiffanyStudios.com, click on the Submit a Question link, and send it to me. If your question is chosen, I will send you a $10 gift certificate, good at my brand new store at Pixels & Company. Check us out. All right, girls, until next Wednesday's Q&A, happy scrapbooking.